Hello everyone, today in this video we are going to learn about PrestaShop Connector app for the Multivendor Marketplace. This feature app allows your seller to sync their PrestaShop Store with your Shopify Store. So with the Shopify PrestaShop Connector, you as a store owner can allow your sellers to import their products from PrestaShop to admin Shopify Store. To make this feature work, seller needs to install a module on the PrestaShop. Both admin and seller can download the module from the Multivendor app. After installing the module, products created on the PrestaShop will be auto-update on the Shopify, while the pre-existing products will be imported within the app. Once the customer orders any imported product on Shopify, the same order will be created on PrestaShop as well. And if order is created on PrestaShop, then inventory will be updated on the Shopify Store. In this video, I am going to tell you about how to configure and use this app on your Multivendor Marketplace. So to make this feature app work for your seller, admin needs to enable this from feature app. So first you need to go and click on these three dots and then select feature apps. Here, if you go on the connector sections, you will find the Shopify PrestaShop connector. This app costs you $25 additional on your Multivendor app subscription, as you can see. So you need to agree on this. So once you approve the payment, it will show you like this, as you can see here, and your Multivendor app as currently active. So moving on, now I am going to tell you how to configure this application on your store so that your seller can use it to connect their PrestaShop to your Shopify store. So once you enable this feature app, you will find in your store the connector configuration, as you can see here, and in the connector configuration you will find PrestaShop connector as well. So from here you can manage what are the things that you might want to sync with your seller store. So you can here simply enable and disable those things. In case if you don't want to sync the product inventory with your seller store, you can simply disable this. And same goes if you want to enable this, then the product inventory would be synced with their store. Same goes for the orders. If you don't want to sync orders or things like that with your seller store, you can simply disable it from here. So basically this configuration allows you like what are the things that you might want to sync or might not. So you can manage it from here. Moving on to next, when you go on the instruction for marketplace, you will find a section for PrestaShop connector. Now once you enable this, so here as you can see here, you can share this SID and URL with your seller. You will find where they ahead of this video, like where they are going to use this. Similarly, we provide you the modules that you need to add in the PrestaShop store of your sellers. So you can share it to them, or they will also have these modules in their seller store in the PrestaShop configuration that you will find ahead in the video. So once you share those files and the ID and URL with your seller, then your seller can log into their PrestaShop. As you can see, I already have opened my PrestaShop account. So when I go to modules and module manager, select module managers, here I will find an option to upload a module. So when I click on this shows the selected file. So the file that you have shared with your seller, they need to upload it over here, and once they upload it, they will get an option to configure this. As you can see here, Webkul Shopify PrestaShop connector. So they simply need to click on configure, and here they need to provide those SID and the URL that I have showed you earlier in the instruction. As you can see, here is the URL and here is the SID that you need to share with your seller along with the appropriate version file of the PrestaShop. So they simply put it here and they would be able to connect their PrestaShop store. So after saving this configuration, the seller needs to select the advanced parameters. As you can see here, and go on the web services. Here they need to create a new web service key, which they need to simply click on generate and select all the permissions that they need to give on their Shopify Seller Panel and simply save it. So basically these are the conditions that are mandatory to give to your seller panels. Other than that, they can choose more options if they want to connect with their Shopify store. Just simply click on this save and this key will be generated. Web service key, make sure that your seller check that enables PrestaShop web service is there. Once the web service key is been created, make sure the enable PrestaShop web service configuration is on yes. Then moving on ahead, you need to log in as a seller, or your seller need to log in to their seller panel. Once you create the web service key, make sure in the configuration enable PrestaShop's web service is on yes and then save this configuration. So once you created this web service, you need to log in as a seller panel and go on the Prestashop Configurations. So when you go here, you need to enter your store URL. Please make sure that you have given the right store URL, otherwise you might find a little bit difficulty in importing the product and syncing your orders with your Shopify store. So please make sure that every detail that you have given here is exact and correct. You need to choose the currency, the dimensions of your unit of your PrestaShop store, the access token that we created over here, and then the payment method module. So to get this detail about the payments method module and the payment method name, you need to log into your PrestaShop store and go on the payment section as you can see here and click on payment methods. And you can see right now it's been using bank transfer. So you simply copy this payment method and paste it over here as you can see as a bank transfer. And when you click on the configure part, this is the module name that you need to copy and paste over here in payment method module, and simply save this settings to connect your PrestaShop store with your Shopify store as you can see over here. So once it's been done, you can also check the PrestaShop configurations or the PrestaShop in admin panel as well, where you can manage So once you save these settings, you would be able to import product from your PrestaShop store into your Shopify store now. So when you click on this import products, you will find these three options or methods through which you can simply import your PrestaShop products into your Shopify store. You can either select the date between where you want to import the products. You can simply enter the product ID from your PrestaShop store, or you can select the ranges on which of the product ID on which you want to import from your PrestaShop store to your Shopify store. So while importing the products, there are few limitations that you need to remember. First, seller can only import the standard products from the PrestaShop to Shopify. So product would be a simple product or product with the combinations. Admin can import maximum 250 products at once from the PrestaShop to Shopify, and the variation should be less than or equal to 100. Also, option name should be less than or equal to 3, as it is the It is the condition that needs to be followed by the Shopify end, so we provide the same things in the connector as well, so you don't find any difficulty while syncing your product with your Shopify store. So it is mandatory to enable the visibility of the product available for order on PrestaShop. The default currency set on admin's Shopify store and seller's PrestaShop should be the same. It is mandatory to enable guest checkout on PrestaShop, as customers purchasing imported products on the store will add as guest on the PrestaShop. So kindly remember these points while importing your product from your PrestaShop to your Shopify store. So once you import the products, all the product would be shown here in the connector products as well as in your product listing. But if you want to simply check product separately, your connector products, you can come here in connector product and you will get a list of all the products that has been synced with your PrestaShop in the seller panel. So that is all from my side. Hope you find it easy now to use this application. If you have any queries regarding this application, you can always reach out to us on support@webkul and we will be happy to assist you. Thank you for watching.